Welcome to the presentation of the description of our drama. The drama that we have showcased recently through physical presentation is called Tableau theater. It is a drama type that does not require movements, and whatever action the character takes in that scenario, it has to be maintained for a particular period of time. Tableau theater only showcases one part of the scene. However, it tells the entire story of the scene. According to our drama, election is our broad theme, and Quarrel at the polling booth is our drama-based theme. By the way, what is polling booth? Basically, polling booth is the place where voters cast their votes. Now, I will explain to you the characters and the roles that each character performs. First of all, polling station activity characters, Georgina and Ruthie, they are the voters casting their ballots, while Hamilton and Florence are the presiding officers managing the polling station. Secondly, bribery attempt characters. Wanda, a candidate, is attempting to bribe one of the voters central with money to influence her vote. Actually, this is what is happening today in Papua New Guinea and world. It is a big issue today. Number 3 is reaction from the opposing supporters. The characters are Judas and Larry. They are the supporters of the opposing candidate. When they notice the bribery attempt, they become enraged and react violently, attacking the bribing candidate with a bush knife and stones. Number 4 is a community leader. Justin represents the community leader, and he steps in to de-escalate the situation by announcing the cessation of the tension. Number 5 is management of the situation. Darren and Maxon, they represent the police and defense personnel. In every election, there must be police or defense personnel to guard the election and ensure that election is conducted properly and safely. They are tasked with managing both the voting process and escalating violence. Number 6, the 2 audience members. In every election, there must be audience. Esther and Carol, they are the audience members at the polling station, and they are terrified by unfolding chaos and try to escape the venue. Overall chaos based on the scene, the situation becomes highly chaotic with overlapping roles and reactions, resulting in tense and disorderly environment at the polling station. When there's problems, there's always solutions to address those problems. Therefore, my colleagues will stress more on the solutions, guidelines, and legal framework in Papua New Guinea, centering on election and our drama-based theme, Quarrel at the polling booth.
My colleague and I have provided and will elaborate on 6 solutions and guidelines for managing polling booth conflicts. Solution 1, preventing and handling conflicts and bribery, which has 3 points. Point number 1, training for poll workers. Prior to the election date, polling officials are to undergo training on any possible suspicions of bribery and safety measures to deal with such issues at the polling station. Point number 2, use of surveillance. With the use of technology, the installation of surveillance cameras or a live monitoring system on the perimeters of the polling station may help reduce bribery actions. Point number 3, strict penalties for bribery. The implementation and enforcement of penalties have to be enforced effectively to reduce the bribery system. Penalties include legal consequences and disqualification of voting rights. Solution number 2, clear guidelines. Set clear behavioral guidelines. Rules of conduct are to be made clear to all the participants in the polling station, basically on the accepted and unaccepted behaviors. This helps to set clear expectation and reduce the likelihood of disputes. Solution number 3, violence and chaos, which has 3 points. Point number 1, immediate response to violence. Police and security personnel should act swiftly to stop any violent incidents. Quick action is crucial to prevent escalation and ensure the safety of everyone present. Point number 2, securing the polling areas. Temporarily, all of the polling station is needed until order is restored if there is violence during the voting process. Point number 3, use of mediators. To deal with rivalry conflict in such context, trained and respected mediators can intervene to hold the tension between and prevent further escalation of violence.
To propose solution and guidelines for the conflict management at the polling booth. That is to create conflict resolution zones. Set up specific areas at the polling station where disputes can be addressed away from the main voting area. This helps to keep the main polling areas calm and orderly, while resolving conflicts in a separate space. For instance, if a polling station is situated at a particular village and there is a conflict, then the conflict can be resolved at another village to ensure smooth voting process. Solution and guidelines number 5, ensuring fair voting, which is to maintain the voting process. Ensure that the voting process continues smoothly even if conflicts arise. Document any problems and take necessary steps to address them without disrupting the voting. If the conflict occurs at the polling station, do not interfere. This will build more tension and quarrel will get worse. Just abstain from it for peaceful voting process. Finally, public awareness campaigns. That is to educate the voters. Conduct public awareness campaigns, educate voters about the importance of fair voting and the consequences of bribery. Use various media platforms to reach a broad audience and encouraging of honest and peaceful voting.
My colleague and I will talk about the legal framework in Papua New Guinea with regards to election corruption. The Constitution of Papua New Guinea guide election procedure by implementing laws to regulate the national election. Corruption has devastating effect in the nation. However, it is ever present in every part of the country. Such corruption includes bribery, sponsorship of candidates, fraud and hijacking of ballot boxes. The laws that were amended by the Constitution to deal with election corruption includes bribery law. This law is mentioned in the Organic Law on National and Local Level Government Election. Under Section 103, this law prohibits any form of bribery in election. It is illegal for anyone to offer money or gifts to influence a voter's decision. The law is guided by the Criminal Code Act. Under Section 99 of this Act, it makes bribery during election a criminal offense. Anyone involved in bribery can face legal penalties, including fines and imprisonment. Moving on to the next point, which is on handling chaos at polling booths. It is guided by the Public Order Act. This law helps maintain public safety and order at polling stations. It gives authorities the power to manage and control situations that threaten public safety, including disturbances at polling places. Election regulations are in place to guide the procedures. Under the Organic Law, specific regulations guide how polling stations should be managed. These rules include procedures for handling disruptions and ensuring that voting process remains fair and orderly.
In order for a just and equitable election process, there are 3 things we recommend that should be done. Number 1, prevent and train. Ensure that election officials and police are well trained to deal with bribery and conflicts. Training should focus on prevention, quick response, and effective resolution of issues. Number 2, keep documentation of incidents. Keep detailed records of any instances of bribery or violence. Documentation is important for legal action and for improving future election management. Number 3, ensure transparency. Handle conflicts openly and transparently. Address complaints through proper channels to maintain trust in the election process. In contrast to these 3 points highlighted, there are 3 instances that should not be done during an election. Firstly, never ignore problems. Do not ignore incidents of bribery or violence. Address these issues promptly to prevent them from escalating and affecting the election integrity. Secondly, never use excessive force. Avoid using excessive force when managing conflicts. Focus on de-escalating the situation and protecting everyone involved, rather than using force. And finally, never allow disruptions. Ensure that the voting process is not interrupted by conflicts or violence. Take necessary steps to keep voting operations smooth and continuous. Generally, by following these guidelines and adhering to the legal framework, authorities can better manage conflicts and ensure a fair, orderly, and safe election.